Hey everyone, appreciate you all being here at USA Crypto Group for this AMS session. Today we have a project called Tyrion. Tyrion's ultimate mission is to be the catalyst for users to be able to build, stabilize, secure, and diverse digital assets portfolio. With that being said, I'd like to welcome Sim from the team. Sim, it's a pleasure to have you back, brother. If you can start out introducing yourself, talk about your team, and give us a bit of insights on your background experience, please.
Sure, yeah. Hi, myself, Tim, excuse me, Sim. I was talking to Tim earlier, so I got I got picked his name. So, but anyway, yeah, myself, Sim. I'm the executive advisor at Tyrion team. Basically, you might. I'm not sure how many of you have gone through the project, the capabilities and the ecosystem from the website and all, but we would be going through that in detail. So for as far as the team goes, the team is spread across the globe. Basically, our the primary blockchain developer is operating from India, and our web developer is operating from Indonesia, and our graphics designer is hailing from Europe. So basically, we are spread across the globe, and I'm situated in Tennessee, US. So that's about me and the quick intro about the team. So Mike, is that okay, or you want more details about any of our background?
Yeah. So how long have you been in the space, Sim? How long have you been in the crypto, and what is your background again?
So I work as a senior manager with one of the top Fortune 500 company, and this is kind of I mean, it's my inspiration, right? I believe all the millennials who might have got into the crypto, it might have been something around 2014 or 2015 timeframe when we saw that BTC was going up really high. So that's when I got into the crypto space. And then the whole team got into the crypto space somewhere around like 1 year before or after, right? But primarily I'm from the IT industry, but yeah, I work on a smart contract. I could read a smart contract, but I cannot write it though, because I cover like a lot of details like around the project itself, like various functions. Like I talk on behalf of the marketing. So primarily I'm being the face for the project, right? So that's my background there. So I have about like 16 years of experience in the IT industry. So I have been successful, and I have been trading, and then I have been able to contribute one of the other project, crypto project, which I don't want to name, and then I had been silently contributing to them as well. So this is gonna be my second biggest project for the cryptoverse that we are introducing. Yeah.
I appreciate there, Sim, for the introduction there. Now, how did the project come about? What was the motivation behind this concept?
So the motivation as such, as everyone knows, in crypto space, people could make crazy gains. At the same time, they could lose all the hard-earned money in an overnight or a couple of days, right? Time frame as well. So we wanted to kind of control that volatility that we are dealing with the crypto space. I mean, traditionally, if you are all from US, you might know that 401k is there for the retirement savings, and there is a plan called IUL, right? Indexed Unified Life, which is a kind of a life insurance, but then it stops you if at all if you're gonna be losing your money. So there is a zero floor there. But when some years do good, you gain, you take advantage of the market gains, right? So that is a kind of inspiration, we would say, where we wanted to protect whoever, right, whether it is a consumer or the investor, their interest and the hard-earned money in terms of introducing all these amazing products that we would go through in a bit. Right, our flagship is TyrionShield. That's where I would start my conversation with Mike.
Okay, so ultimately, the mission of the project is to protect the consumers or investors from their capital, whether that's through volatility, whether they just market conditions, etc. Correct?
Exactly. Yeah. If you're in a long bearish trend, which we were in until some weeks ago, right? So, and then if someone who had invested in the crypto and if they want to exit out for some other reason, personal reason or something else, right? They could always do that. Right now, if they had got a bag of BTC or like major cryptos, when it hit like $50,000+, they're stuck. Right, until they hit back that $50,000, they may lose like more than 100% of their, more than 50-60% of their investment. Right, basically that is what we are trying to protect the users against. Yes, you pointed out rightly, Mike.
You know, we are very early in the crypto space, and that is one of the biggest problems. Is the volatility, right? It's the uncertainty of the market. And as we know, within the crypto space, the swing is very extreme, right? You can go all the way up very fast. You can go very low very fast. And the factors that contribute to that volatility is usually, the LP or just not enough volume, right? And so you guys came up with the concept that you guys trying to protect the consumer from the volatility there, which ultimately, pretty much lost, right? Pretty much a loss, unless, like you said, until you wait for it until the market goes back up. But there's a lot of uncertainty in this market, which I think is an amazing concept if you guys can pull it off, because I think that will definitely can onboard a bunch of retail investors into the space. A lot of people, there's a misconception, well, I think rightfully so, is because there's a fear in the crypto space, because you can go in and you can lose like 40-50% immediately, and and people just don't want to come in and lose that life-saving money through the volatility. So yeah, I think that the concept is great.
Yeah, thank you for outlining all those facts. Yes, that's the main vision of the project, where we are also trying to bring the mass adoption one step closer, right? There are a lot of levers, but this is one of the fear that traditional investors have against the crypto industry, where they may not simply want to invest, because it is not a traditional investment where we see 1% gain and then like even if you lose like probably 3 or 4% loss, right? It is all in double digits, like either 50% gains or like almost 100% loss with whatever we were seeing with Luna crash and the FTX crash, right? So we wanted to cover all those worst scenarios as well in terms of introducing all these securing portfolios concept via our ecosystem, Mike. Yeah.
Perfect there, Sim. Now, since we're on the topic, could we go into the technical aspect of it, and how does that work? Because I know that you have that TyrionShield, which is the main, I guess, functionality behind it. Is the shield, right? Let's go into the technical side of it. How does that work? So let's say I'm as an investor, I buy into, let's say, 5 BNB, and how can you protect me from the losses through volatility?
Sure. Yeah. So let's take an example of that 5 BNB, right? Let us say that our plan is to introduce TyrionShield, the testnet version, towards end of the year, and early next year we would be able to go live with it. Whether it's going to be February or March, we are not sure yet, but the work is going on, right? Basically, what we would be doing is it is all going to be smart contract driven, as we all know. It is just a logic. It's just a blue chip logic that we're going to be building behind the scenes to protect investors' funds. Basically, you put in your 5 BNB and you are getting 5 BNB worth of TYONs. Let us say you have BTC. Whether you want to put your the base asset like BNB, BTC, or ETH against TYONs, or you want to put USDT for BTC or BNB, the logic is going to be the same, right? Let me take BNB and the TYON example here, right? Because right now we are in the investing phase, so it is not live yet. So I want to make that clear. If someone is entering now, they are investing into the idea of protecting the investors' capital, right? This is not live yet. So we're going to be going live early next year. When this happens, you put your 5 BNB against the TYONs, you get a 5 BNB worth of TYONs. There is going to be a small fee applied, somewhere between 3 to 7%, depending on the interest of the TyrionShield. If there is going to be a lot of people opting in for the TyrionShield, then it may go up to like 7 or 7.5%. Or if there is a less traffic, then it's going to be somewhere around like 3%. That's where we are making the revenue from. All right. Let us say you are putting your 5 BNB in. The 5 BNB of the 3% is already deducted, but the 4.97, let's say 3% is of 0.15, right? For 4.85 BNB worth of TYONs is given to you, right? Because you are getting your TYONs, and then your 4.85 BNB is locked into the smart contract. You can think this as a collateralized loan system, but then what the lending mechanism does is it reuses your funds, right? That's where the risk lies. But we don't want to reuse or we don't want to touch that fund at all. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be locking that 4.85 BNB into the smart contract. And whenever you feel, for example, if TYON 2x's, right, from the price point that you got, then of course you wouldn't be worrying about your BNB because you're already gaining whatever the investment that you have put it in, right, that you have locked in. So we would be coming up with a lot of mechanics of how we can maintain, like for example, if TYON is 2xing or 3xing, and if people don't want to claim their BNB back, and right, even in the worst situation, then we would be adding a maintenance fee, like once a quarter, once in 6 months, or once a year, depending on what batch level they are in, right? So that is how we would be making additional revenue if people are not turning back on to their whatever the base assets that they locked in. But let us say TYON is losing its value for some reason. I mean, I wouldn't say that that's going to happen at all, but it's a market at the end of the day. It's going to go up and down, right? And then when it goes down, and then if someone has a need to claim their 4.85 BNB back, they can always return their TYONs that they got to the pool, TyrionShield pool, and then they would be able to unlock their 4.85 BNB. So technically, they are not losing anything to the market, right? There is no volatility. Even if TYON goes to zero, you are able to push your TYONs back to the pool, and you are getting your BNB back. This is applicable for USDT, your BTC, for example. If you are putting your $5,000 USDT against TYONs, it is safe. It is safe and secure. And as we move further with this program and a product, when we mature, what we are also planning to introduce is you would be able to get other major tokens, major coins like BNB and BTC. You are putting your USDT in, $5,000 in, and if you want to get BTC against that $5,000, you could opt in for a TyrionShield. That way, you're not losing even a penny on your stable currency, right? Your fiat or your stable coin. So whenever you feel that you want to come back, like if BTC is not recovering, if the market is not recovering for a few months, and if you have a need to claim that back, you can always come back and then push that BTC back into the pool and pull your USDT from your wallet, whatever you have committed into the pool. Yeah, that's how it's gonna work.
I see, and everything will be on chain where that's going to be transparent where everyone can see. Now, my second question, my follow-up question is that, well, apparently you guys have to convert it into the stable coin, right, in order to I guess prevent the volatility into the stable coin, correct? So whatever, once a person buy into, let's say I have my 5 BNB, you guys will convert that to a stable coin into the pool.
So let me understand this question a little bit better, right? So what you're asking is, you're buying the BNB with a stable coin or some other coin?
I'm buying the token. I'm buying the TYON token.
Okay.
Yeah. So once I bought the token, once I get the token, I mean, you guys are not leaving my BNB in the pool, are you? You guys convert that into stable coin, correct?
Not really. So the TyrionShield protects your base asset, no matter whether it is BNB or BTC or USDT that you're getting TYONs against, right? You might want to just keep your BNB as is, right? We are not converting that BNB into USDT. We will just keep that BNB locked in, so your BNB is not losing. If at all the whole market loses value, and then yeah, that's a hypothetical scenario, right? But if you want to get yourself protected against that level of a market volatility, then you could buy TYONs or BNB with stable coin. So the stable coin is locked and it doesn't change in value. So we are protecting the base asset, whether it is a stable coin or the major coins, but your base asset is protected. It is not that we would be converting whatever the crypto that you're getting the TYONs for. Does it
Interesting. Yeah, it does. Now, are you guys planning to use the money to invest somewhere else to earn additional revenue?
Nope. So we are not doing that, because we want to keep that funds as safe as possible. In fact, I'm not sure if I'm able to believe this, right? But the conversations are going in a way where we would even convert the stable coins into the fiat reserves, right? Basically, when we matured up to that stage, because you never know, USDT is crypto as well, and USDC is crypto as well. Anything could happen to these coins, like how Luna USDT was there. It crashed like from $1 to like not even worth of a cent overnight. So anything could happen to these currencies, right? Like, so down the line, this is a long-term plan where if you are buying any tokens with $2,000, let us say 2,000 USDT, then a same USDT will be converted into fiat reserve. If someone is buying this from Indonesia, then it would be converted, the $2,000 amount would be converted into Indonesian currency. And if someone is buying from USDT, then the TYON workforce in US would take care of converting that amount into local fiat reserve. So that way you are even protected beyond the cryptocurrency ecosystem. If anything goes wrong, even to those stable currencies, you are able to get your money back.
Okay, sounds good. Now, how far are we at as far as development goes?
For getting into fiat reserves, it's gonna be our long-term plan. I would say that's a 3 to 5 year plan, all right? But the locking in your cryptocurrency capital and then protecting them is gonna be live yearly 2024, within Q1 2024.
2024. Okay, sounds good. So that leads to, okay, sounds good. Now that leads us to your pre-sales and the tokenomics. So let's speak on that there, Sim. So where are we at right now? What stage are you at right now? Are you in the pre-sale, first round, private sale? Where are we at?
let me see if I can share my screen real quick here. Okay, I may have to rejoin the meeting. It is asking me to join again because I changed the settings on my Mac. Give me
Okay,
a few.
yeah, that's no problem.
Well, what was the matter, Sim? Did you have a connection issue?
No, I'm trying to. Hold on one second. I'm trying to share my screen, but it's asking me to set some privacy settings over here. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Please allow screen recording for Telegram. Privacy settings. Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to share it. I know it might turn off your camera, but if you click the three dots at the top left and hit share
Yeah,
screen.
I did it, and it's giving me a setting screen where I need to fix it. Let me see if I can. Privacy settings. Let's allow screen recording. Okay. Anyway, can someone else screen the excuse me, share the screen? Otherwise, I can talk that through. I have it done here. I'll walk you all through what I'm looking at, and then we can go from there.
Sim, tell me what you're looking at. I'll pull it up on mine and I'll share my screen.
Okay, perfect.
Let me know what you're looking at. Just share what you're looking at into the group here. I'll pull it up and share my screen right into the main chat here.
Sounds good. Okay. Let's copy.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, you guys are on round 3. But yeah,
Right.
we'll wait for you. That's no problem there.
Yeah, right. So we have about like 5 rounds. I can talk that through, right? So we have about 5 rounds where the initial rounds issues Masters of Coin, which is already done. About like 22 people participated, and then that's closed. And then the second round was to issue pots and bronze. Batch tier. These batch tiers are very important for the ecosystem because that's how the overall hierarchy is going to function. Even when we go to a DAO stage where we're going to be leaving most of the decisions to the community, then these badges will have their own weightages, right? So we did the pots and bronze as of last month. And then right now, Sommelier's batch tier issuance is going on as we speak. The pre-sale is open. And the fourth stage would be to issue Vanguard's batch tier. And then the fifth stage would be Westerman. Westerman is nothing but a public launch. Right? It's going to be either a fair launch using Ping Sale or multiple platforms because we want to respect the users from multiple platforms, whether it's Ping Sale, Gempad, and if you're able, we are even trying to talk to Pancake Swap to see if we can do an IDO over there. So all those efforts are underway. So that's going to be our final launch, and then that will issue a batch tier called Westerman to all the participants for that round. So yeah, that's where we are, Mike, as of now.
Okay, sounds good there. So you have currently you at the I guess the Sommelier's round right now. So your third round. The third
Yes.
round right now. Now, Sim, what are you guys looking to raise total as far as US dollar wise? What is the ultimate plan?
So ultimate plan is anywhere between 1,500 BNB to 2,000 BNBs, and so we would be raising that, and then like 20 to 30% of that overall capital would be locked into the TyrionShield as well, so that it can act as that's our plan A. And then if we are not able to raise that much of a capital, then our plan B would be to issue just that program for TYONs where people can lock in their USDT or BNB for getting TYONs. And then slowly introduce the other coins like BTC, BNBs into the pool. So yeah, that's our goal there, Mike.
Okay, sounds good. So you're looking at 2,000 BNB at the current price right now. So you're looking like around $500,000 around there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right, sounds good. Now, as far as well, apparently you are doxxed, which is great. I love when a team is doxxed. I think that brings another trust factor into the project. Very necessary. But also now, as far as the audit go, how is that looking like?
So our token contract has already been audited by Ether Authenticity, I believe. So we went with the firm, and they did a great job in finding out some of the vulnerabilities that we had, and then we worked on it, and then we fixed them. Excuse me. Yeah, I remember them now. It's Authority is the firm that who did the contract audit. It was done a couple of months ago before we went on the first sale itself. But the product based contract audits that the product itself is being built now. When we are ready, when we do the testnet launch, and then if everything goes well, then they would be audited as well as we go product by product. Like for example, I'm talking about TyrionShield, and we will also be launching a Launchpad via Tyrion ecosystem to remove a lot of complexities that are out there with existing Launchpad systems, right? I mean, we could talk through the product lineup, Mike, like whenever we get a chance. But yeah, that's what our plan looks like as of now.
Okay, sounds good. Mike, could you go back into that tokenomics, Mike? The tokenomics distribution, where a couple of screens back, where it shows what percent of the raised money go into developments, marketing, etc. I just saw you put up there. Let's take a look at that. Right there. Okay, so let's talk about this. So this is the sales proceeds. So out of the $500,000 that you guys planning to raise, if you hit the number, 57% goes to development, 30% goes to the shield, which is to protect your capital.
Right.
7% go to liquidity, and 6% go into marketing.
That's right.
Okay, sounds good. Now, is there another tokenomic page, Mike? What about the token? Are there any taxes on the token?
Yes, there is going to be 2.5% tax applicable on the buys and sells. Basically, 1.5% of the 2.5 would be distributed to the token holders, right? And the 1% is being spent on these initiatives. There is a plan called the GrowthX, which is a longest saving plan. So as of the project launch, like when the project is launched and when GrowthX product is launched, basically year on year, there is going to be a 5% of the overall vested tokens would be released on a year-on-year basis, and that's how we are able to achieve that 75% yield for the top batch tiers, right? And for rest of the folks like who are coming after public launch or after like whoever is coming through a OTC trade, then they would still be able to participate in the regular staking, but it won't be as effective as the longer staking that we would be making available for the high batch tier people. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Now looking at the screen there,
right.
Mike has it. I see some private sale, and I'm assuming that you guys will have also founders token. Could you speak on the vesting period on those really quick?
So the initial, the first sale that we had to go with Gempad, and then we did find quite a bit of complexity when working with them, right? And then that's how we got our own pre-sale app developed within a span of 2 weeks, and then we made use of that for the rest of the sales. So for when we went with Gempad, we had a vesting introduced for like 3 months, like every month 25% would be released. But then this was our original plan, like since the Launchpad was not working fine. So right now, whatever the sale that is happening, you're going to be getting your TYONs right into the wallet. So there is no vesting initiated, right? But we may introduce the vesting on the 4th and the 5th round of the token issuance there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I think, okay. Yeah. I think it's probably, I think investing will be, I guess, almost necessary for at least the private a little bit, because I know that they get a good percent more than the public, right? So I think that should help with you. That should help with your public launch, if that's the case.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sounds great. All right, so I think that's pretty straightforward. You guys in your third round right now, trying to raise $500,000 USD, and what is the end game? What's the end date of this pre-sale before you go to the public launch?
So the current sale goes until July 31st. We are trying to decide the date for the next sale. That's going to be somewhere in the second week of August. Go until September 1st week. And we are trying to go on final IDO launch somewhere around September 16th. And that's when we would be working with either Ping Sale or Pancake Swap, if you are able to get a spot in Pancake Swap. That's where we would be launching the token from, and it's going to be somewhere around September 16th, or if not on September 16th.
September 16th. Okay, sounds great. Mike, if you can go back to the core implementations, let's talk about that. Let's talk the core missions that Tyrion is trying to achieve there. All right. Yeah, let's talk about this. If you can go ahead and break this down to us, all 6 of them, really quick.
Yeah, of course, yes. So TyrionShield, we talked enough about it, and we could still be talking about it for the whole day. We covered that, right? And TyonPad is the Launchpad that Tyrion ecosystem would be releasing. Basically, we see that a lot of Launchpads are charging hefty amount of money to launch some good products, like us, like someone else who's trying to save the cryptoverse, right? So we wanted to be more open for those sort of projects, and the assessment will be carried over by the TYON holders, right? That's where we are building this decentralized workforce. And then whatever the assessment they would be doing, they would be paid back in TYONs. That's where TYON's utility comes into play. This is one of the ecosystem run initiative that I'm talking about, but there's going to be plenty of things like this coming as we move across, right? TYonPad is the Launchpad, an automated dividends, as we all know, through 2.5%, 1.5% is being shared to the TYON holders. And when TyrionShield and other products go into mainnet, then whatever the revenue that is being generated, that would be shared with, like, for example, if I have to take an example, right? Let us say, let us bring back the example that you were using earlier, like 5 BNB. If someone is getting a TYON token of 5 BNB, and when they are returning the TYON tokens, the whole 5 BNB worth of TYON tokens, out of that, 6% of that is being shared with the shareholders, which is dividends, which is in terms of dividends, TYON holders will be getting that. And then likewise, if someone is returning BNB, for example, if someone is getting a BNB against USD, and if they are returning the BNB, then that 6% will be split across the ecosystem reserve, GrowthX, and a couple of other programs, and along with the TYON holders as well. So that's how. So they would be able to build a diverse portfolio as they move across, as they locked in with the project for a long time. That is where we see it is secure and safe. You are building, the holders are building the portfolio and a diversified portfolio, right, as the days go by, because BNBs would be distributed automatically, and the BTC would be distributed whenever the BTC is being returned to the pool. Then the 6% of whatever the 3 to 7% that was collected, that will also be utilized for revenue making, and it will also be divided between the TYON. It will be, shared between the TYON holders. So that is about the automated dividends. GrowthX, this is the longest that we might see. As of today, if you go and then stake your cakes in the pancake swap, they are giving a calculation about how it is looking as of today, right? If you want to withdraw your stake the cake after 5 years, then you may be doubling up your cake, whatever you have staked in. But then when more people stake into the pool, then that rewards go down. Like you may not be able to even double your cake after 5 years or 10 years, right? When more people stake in. So that particular challenge we wanted to avoid. That is how we have come up with the fixed staking and the flexible staking as well, where in the fixed staking, the top batch holders would be able to get up to like 75%, as long as they're able to maintain their batch status, because not only you're getting the batch status by participating in these pre-sales, but you should also be able to maintain it by holding some level of TYON tokens in your wallet. Otherwise, you're still holding the power of masters of coins and on all those batch tier, but then they would be used for governance and also all those sort of process related initiatives, not for the monetary driven initiatives, right? So that's about the GrowthX. So we would have visibility up to 2043. If someone is taking as of today, they would know what percentage of TYONs they would get like after 20 years from today, right? You have all those benefits metrics over here. Thanks for bringing that up, Mike. So this explains through who can get what sort of benefit, right? The masters of coin is the powerful batch tier, which is unfortunately closed if anyone wants to participate. Only those 21 to 22 people who have participated in the sale would be able to eligible for this. But there's going to be some flexibility introduced in the future where the monetary level of features, people can still get it if they are able to hold high amount of TYON tokens. You would be able to see that under Badgenomics. When you go there, Mike, the Badgenomics is there on your left, but let's cover at the core and the products real quick. Yeah, this is that, yeah. So as you could see, you would have the override, you could override if you hold a specific amount of tokens, right? So that's how that diagram explains. And the badge assignment, this is what is happening as of today. Eligibility maintenance, you would have to hold these many amount of TYONs. But we would be revising this number as we go into more of a production stage, because what we are seeing is, since there is no much visibility, the people who are participating in the pre-sale is not that great as we anticipated. So we are going to be lowering the maintenance eligibility down over there, so which is in discussion already. So that's going to be introduced somewhere in October before any product is being launched.
It sounds good. So you can get up to 75% APY on your return on investment or staking there on the master one. Now on the master of coin. Now this is not an inflationary token, is it? You guys are not minting additional token right now. If it's not, then I'm pretty sure that you guys have thought out, all the aspects to ensure that it's sustainable, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, it is deflationary by nature. and we are not minting any or generating any more tokens. All right. So this is it. 500 million is the max supply, and I mean, with being inflationary, you have a lot of other disadvantages. So we want to stay in this path where the BNB and BTC and ETH are following, right? So we want to be in that league. Yeah.
Okay, and I did see that you guys mentioned somewhere that the token is deflationary. Could you speak into that? You guys have some sort of like burning mechanism somewhere?
Right. So as of today, there is no burning. There is not going to be any burning introduced until for a year, until we introduce all the products. Then whatever is going to be generated back into the TyrionShield pool, and then via gaming, like some portion of the tokens would be burnt. Anyway, we will be going through a voting mechanism when we reach that stage. But yeah, this is going to be a deflationary at the end of the day.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Now let's talk about the products that we have. Mike, if you go ahead and pull that page up, and we're gonna dive deep into that. I think there's a page that summarizes the products there, Mike.
That's in the light paper, yeah. It must be right after at the core, where core service. It must be 12.
The system product number 12 right there.
Yeah. You could go to 11th and then switch over as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go back. There's the first page that you clicked on there. One more forward. There you go.
Yeah. So decentralized e-commerce. If you want to look at our competitors, this would be even simpler to understand. Where decentralized e-commerce is we are, as I think every single project is trying to achieve this stage where to be more transparent to the consumers and the sellers, and then you take very less profit or less contribution, whatever the seller is going to be giving to the buyer, right? And then be transparent with these both the parties, so that your prices for all the products that consumer is paying is much cheaper than what we are seeing as of today, right? And then there is a hefty amount of commission is being charged for the sellers, and technically the sellers are not getting the right value for the product that they are paying. That is one idea behind decentralizing the e-commerce. It would take some time to reach to a level where we are global, but then we are thinking about introducing something like this. I'm not sure if you're all able to see. This is the merch that we have generated for the Tyrion team. So something like Tyrion-owned products will be introduced in this platform first, and then we would slowly move on with the rest of the product categories as we are able to make connections with the local vendors like across the globe, right? And next one is money markets. You can think of like a Tyrion way. Basically, it's a lending and on borrowing. So there is nothing fancy about it. So it is just that the product we are going to be having for the Tyrion ecosystem as well. Because when we have so much of utility, people would want to lock in their funds and then try to get some money from that as well. So we realize that, and then that is how we have that module over there. And Tyrion Tech, this is something new to the decentralized platform, where as of today you could go hire someone from Upwork or Fiverr, right? And it is still very centralized. It is all controlled by centralized parties, and the service providers are paying hefty amount, like up to 25% of commission what they are getting from consumer is being taken by these companies. So we wanted to break that trend, and as well we would be kind of using this product as an outsourcing technology stream, where someone from US wants to get some service from service for BPO or call center, right? Where they want to have a dedicated help desk, but they have a limited budget. So the workforce, to set up a workforce within US is going to cost too much than if you want to set up a workforce somewhere in Asian countries, like for example, Manila or Indonesia or Malaysia, right? If you're able to set up your workforce there, then you're able to give that cost advantage to the company who wants to hire some call center and BPO services. Of course, they're going to be vetted for their quality, and for the vetting mechanism, we would be utilizing our decentralized workforce against, like whoever is holding TYON, right? So there is going to be a page available within Tyrion ecosystem where you think of an Uber, right? Like Uber driver kind of accepts it whenever consumer sends out a pickup request, right? Something like that. The Tyrion ecosystem page for Tyrion, the technology outsourcing, there will be a page displayed where the technology services provider can go pick up and then try to talk to the team and then understand the requirements from whoever needs to acquire the services. So it would be that transparent, and we would be utilizing a lot of like mediating services would be utilized by the TYON holder, TYON holder. So that is how we are planning to achieve. Yeah. So completely decentralized workforce would be escrowed through Tyrion. Is a simple way to put that Tyrion tech over there. Okay, TYON's funding. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
Yeah, TYON's FundMe, we are trying to replicate what GoFundMe is able to achieve today. Again, same problem as we see with e-commerce and the technology outsourcing. Heavy percentage is going to the centralized parties. We are trying to protect that, and also we are trying to make this FundMe portion available for more of a real world needs, right? So someone who is interested in philanthropical activities, like who wants to just contribute some money to some chaotic situation going in Syria or somewhere other part of the world, they would be able to contribute. So the way that we would be able to achieve this is we would be creating a pool where they could get they could buy the tokens from that pool, and then the amount that is being collected through that pool, 50% of that would be going to the charity organization. So the participants may be losing about like 20 or 30%. Instead of giving their like $1,000, they would be having like 300 or 400 worth of TYON tokens in their wallet, and then would be able to still contribute that $1,000 to all those philanthropical initiatives. That's how we are planning that. And Tyrion Academy, like Udemy and Coursera, all these learning platforms are there. Same problem statement here, heavy commission and too much of centralization, and we are trying to decentralize that portion as well. And Tyrionverse is going to be more of a latest trending technologies like GameFi and Play to Earn, and anything you name that would be categorized in this product category.
All right. Wow. Well, it's obvious that you guys are very ambitious there, Sim. You guys trying to build a massive ecosystem here. Exactly. But I think these are very important topics, right? Important mission that you guys trying to build out here, and I think it's necessary as well. Now, with that being said, where are we at? Like, where are these in the pipeline, or is it on the roadmap? How far are we away?
It's on the roadmap. So we have about like till 2025 to complete all these products and getting them released. So our first focus is to release TyrionShield, and then the Launchpad, and the lending system, lending and borrowing system, money markets, and then go towards all those complex product streams like decentralized technology outsourcing, and then setting up the decentralized academy. So those sort of products will be explored, and our aim is to complete the whole product lineup within the next 3 years.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Now, since we're on the roadmap, I know that there are a lot of things on the roadmap, but what is the immediate next step for Tyrion? What is the next big step for you guys?
So next big step is to complete the pre-sale successfully as we have planned. We are positive that our team is working with some peer organizations, and we are expecting some press releases being coming up. And then we are working with a lot of other organizations as well for partnering. And then we would definitely be able to expose Tyrion to the whole world and getting the right attention that it needs. And that is our first focus. And then slowly go into building products. Like building product, we have already built the token buy bot, token buy bot, that where it would announce the token buys. Like we are planning to utilize for our Launchpad initiatives. If someone is planning to introduce their project via our Launchpad, then we would be giving that as an optional service for them, right? So something like that, slow and steady, but we would be very aggressive on introducing our TyrionShield product by early next year. That is going to be our immediate focus there.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Sam. Yeah, I mean, man, you guys are ambitious, and you know, I do like the concept, and I look forward to see the implementation and the success, because I think your ideas here are necessary in the space, right? I think
Yes.
if you guys are successful, I think you guys are able to onboard a lot of people into the space as well, eliminate that fear, right? And I think that's very important for crypto to go, I guess, viral in a sense, or get adoption, right? So I think it's necessary.
Yep. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Do we want to take any questions that may be coming across?
Yeah, definitely. So with that being said, Mike has been keep tracking the questions in the room, and he's going to come on and ask a few questions away.
All right. Thanks, Seattle. Thank you, Sim. Let me just stop sharing my screen here real quick. 1 second, guys. All right. First question is coming in. And by the way, guys, I know, who was it? Was it Trevor? I think it was Trevor wanted to ask his question on voice. If anybody who wants to ask a question on voice, please feel free to unmute yourself at any point. But I'm going to start with a couple of text questions. And the first one is, Carlos here. Says, with the TYON badges being extremely rare and granted only exclusive access to special events and benefits, how does the project ensure that the tier assignment process is fair and transparent?
So basically, we are. You may be able to look at our smart contract. It is already built in. The logic is already built in, right? Where we are evaluating these badges, like whenever we are trying to distribute the dividends itself. It's already baked in, but then how we can be more transparent with all those badge tiering allocations, right? We would be communicating with the community, and as well, these are all going to be baked into the smart contract. So anyone who needs to understand what is written in terms of smart contract, or we would be detailing, like when we are ready with the protocol, when we are ready with the testnet, we would be able to come up with the product explanation and a detailed technical explanation document of how this is gonna fit into the overall tier system. And then you're gonna be seeing that when it is introduced, and you would be able to see that in your wallet, right? That's the best place to realize like what's going on with your tiering, right? If you have a masters of coin, when you are going to stake in for like say long-term staking plan like 5 year, then you would be immediately seeing that okay, masters of coin, long-term staking, so you are going to be immediately issued with 75% of APY, right? And then you would be able to also see that growing with your compounding TYON dividend share that you would be seeing on a daily basis on your wallet. So the best thing is to get more idea about batchnomics is to talk to people, because we are always available, and if you want to understand or if you need more transparency, we are always available here to explain whatever is going on on our end. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks for that. The next question is coming from Roy Rivers. He has a couple of questions here. But the second one is, if I am no longer interested in a startup project, can I request my money back while their funding phase is still in progress? Can I pull out?
No, not really. So you got to do your due diligence. I know Pancake, the Ping Sale and Gempad has an option of getting your money back if you have participated in the sale, and within the sale end date, if you want to claim your fund back, you can do that. But with our DApp, it is not there. If you had bought the TYON tokens, you would have to be participating in this great ecosystem. This is what I would say.
Okay. His last question, question number 4, is would you also consider investing in Web3 startups that are developing useful products in the Web3 crypto space using the project as an angel investor?
I'm not sure if I get this question correctly. So is he asking whether we are ready to partner up with projects that has similar interest, or is there further clarity to that question, Mike?
I'll ask it again. Would the team also consider starting on the startup projects with Web3 startups that could develop useful products in the Web3 crypto space? So in his eyes, with the Web3 being the new and useful, with a lot of things going on with the Web2, would you also consider these projects being part of your startup investors?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, Web3, we are on Web3, right? When you are interacting to buy our tokens itself, you're on Web3 because the DApp is built on Web3. So yeah, we are very much interested to see whatever the ideas that may be coming across, as we have explained in our white paper as well, where we would be decentralizing anything come across in our way that is feasible to decentralize, because we want to cut down the middleman and have the two parties have the benefits of exchanging the services, right? So yeah, we are always happy, and they could hit me up on the Telegram, and there is also an email address given on the web page, right? info@tyrion.io. If anyone has any questions, and there is a phone number given, you could call us up on the phone number. I'm not sure how many projects out there who are able to give the phone number as of today, but we are available always. Yeah.
Perfect. Next question is coming from me. Is one of the questions I always ask every project coming in, is from the start of when you said, Sim, I want to make Tyrion, to right now during our AMA. What has been in between that time your biggest task or biggest difficult thing that you've had to overcome building your ecosystem?
Since we have committed to coming on to the AMA, sorry, Mike, I think I lost you there. Can you come again?
Sure. To simplify that, what has been your most difficult task to build on the Tyrion ecosystem since you've built all of what you have built?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. So the difficult thing I would say to find the right blockchain developer to comprehend what our vision is, right? That was the challenge. We had to interview about like 75 developers, and in fact, that took longer time to where we are as of today, right? Because the idea itself came up somewhere around like end of 2020. I mean, yearly of like 2019, I would say. Excuse me, towards end of 2019 and in the 2020s is when we thought about this. But it took about like 3 years to build around all these mechanics and the logics behind it, and then the light paper around the project. But out of all this, I would say finding the right blockchain developing company was a challenging one.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Let me take just a couple more questions here, brother, as we're just rounding up over the hour here. Let's see. I just had one. Where did it go? Okay, this one's from Etc. So with the savings plans that you're encouraging on, and earning on all of your platform here, that we can develop with your own platform generates benefits such a monthly interest, or can we also stake our savings to generate an even higher compound interest? Can we add to our staking, or do we need to unstake, add, and restake?
That's a perfect question. In fact, let me add some more like I would say it's a tip that I would say it's a secret tip I would say. Yeah, it's gonna be an auto compounding. That's my answer there. But for example, if someone who wants to get TYON with their BNB or USDT, and they're getting what, like, let us say 20,000 TYONs, right? They could lock into the staking program. I'm talking about the TyrionShield. They are getting that from TyrionShield program. They may be paying like 3 to 7% fee. That fee they could be able to get it back within 3 or 4 months. So opting in for the TyrionShield and then staking those tokens into the TYON staking program is a very good win, because you're not losing whatever you paid in the fee for the TyrionShield. You are immediately gaining back via staking rewards, right? So that's a tip that I wanted to share.
Perfect answer. Thanks for that. Let's see. Next question. I'm going to take us 2 more here. Bless one. His question is, do you guys plan to incorporate, and a lot of people would like to do this in some places in the world, this is only the option. Will you be implementing a fiat on-ramp and off-ramp for your functionality for the ecosystem?
As of now, no. So before we do anything with fiat, it's going to be at least 6 months. But yeah, it is in plan, because with such a big ecosystem, you cannot avoid fiat, because it's going to be global. And like I said, the decentralized e-commerce that we are going to be introducing, we're going to be talking to the local vendors. If someone out there in Japan who wants to sell their products over internet, we would be able to provide all that platform, right? Like how Amazon is giving to those sellers, but they are limiting to the sellers who can give them like most amount of like, commission. So that's where it stops. But our search won't just stop there. Like we would look for some potential vendors to onboard into the e-commerce, our ecosystem, the decentralized e-commerce ecosystem, and then be able to enable fiat for whatever the consumer needs to get the product against, from that vendor, right? So we cannot avoid fiat. So either now or later we're going to be introducing, but not until next 6 months.
Perfect. All right, last question I'm going to take is coming from Michael Bonds. And by the way, USA community, if there's any questions that you still like answered, just head on over to Tyrion Ecosystem to their Telegram and ask your questions. But last one I'm going to take is from Michael Bonds is, what is the criteria someone must meet before he or she will be considered to partake in the FundMe?
The FundMe, it's gonna be again community run program, right? For example, someone from the US, they are going through some hardships with their family, and then if that family is going through hardships, and then they could simply put an application to the Tyrion ecosystem, and basically some TYON enthusiast or someone who is local to the United States should be able to validate if that is a legitimate claim, and then are they going through the similar situation. For doing that, they are being paid in TYONs again, right? So that's where utility comes in again. So that once we validate that legitimacy is established, then we would go for community voting of how much percentage what they're asking can be given to them, and then the pool is set up. The FundMe pool is set up for that particular cause, right? And the tokens are put in there, and whoever is buying tokens from that pool, that overall contribution, the money that comes in there would be distributed to whoever had applied in our ecosystem. That's how it's going to function. So you could think this as like a GoFundMe, but it's in a more decentralized way.
Very straightforward. Appreciate that, Sim. That's all the questions I'm going to take from the community today. I appreciate you answering all the questions. You've been very straightforward and very articulate in what you wanted to explain here. I'm going to kick back to Seattle, and thank you so much, Sim.
I'm sorry for the interruption. I want to ask in the VC. So.
Oh, go ahead, Trevor. I did call on you earlier, but we'll take this last question.
Okay. Thank you very much for the chance. So my question is straightforward. Almost every investor holds a particular token for a short term, not knowing the benefits of holding it for a long term. So, what's the benefits of holding Tyrion token for a long term, and what is your plan to increase the demand and scarcity of your token? I don't know if you get my question. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I did question. So what do we have for investors, right? Early investors. Is that the question? Can I simplify like that?
Yeah, I said, what's the benefits of holding your token for a long term, and what is your plan to increase the demand and scarcity of your token? Since you said earlier that you have 500 million max supply.
Right. So that scarcity is gonna be automatically building up, right? Like as we introduce all these products into the market, and every single person who wants to get to access to these services needs to hold TYON. So they're gonna be buying TYONs, and then that's one way of increasing the value. And another way is if you hold the TYONs in your wallet, automatically you're building a diversified portfolio, like I explained earlier. Like for example, the TyrionShield wallet, the pool, the TyrionShield pool is gonna be containing multiple cryptocurrencies, right? Like BTC, BNB, and ETH, and then TYON. These are the 4 tokens that we are planning to have as of today, unless there is someone who's interested in hosting their token into the pool. But until then, these are the 4 tokens that's going to be there. So you're going to be getting rewards from all these 4 tokens into the wallet, as long as you are holding on to your TYON tokens into the wallet, right? Again, I want you to go through the badgenomics and the benefits metrics under badgenomics that explains what and all benefits you would get when you are falling into a particular batch tier. At the same time, it could also give you an idea of like what other benefits that you would be able to get by holding on to TYONs.
Yeah, that's an amazing answer, I must say. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks, Trevor.
Thanks, Trevor.
All right. Well, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Sim. Sim, man, I have nothing bad to say about the project. I think you guys have a great idea. I think it's all about execution and implementation now, right? I think the overall ideas, I think, is very needed in the space. So I look forward to see your success.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the amazing support from the US Crypto Group community. It was a pleasure meeting you all. Thank you.
Yeah, and we look forward to see you again for further updates. Again, guys, just to recap, they are going through a pre-sale right now. It's on the website. You can go ahead and log into your wallet and able to partake in the pre-sale currently right now. And we will pin that address as well on your website, so that way the investors can have direct link to your pre-sale there. With that being said, though, Tyrion, we usually ask the developer if you guys want us to send people to your room, to your Telegram room, to raise awareness to your room. They're going to go over there and maybe drop a sticker or say great AMA at USA Crypto Group. Is that something that you want us to do for you?
Yes, of course. Yes. Thank you for doing that. Yes, we would appreciate it.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so with that, Johnny is gonna pin the link to the Telegram room, guys. Make sure you guys join that. Mike's gonna go there. He's gonna pick like a $10 winner, and I think Mike has a few giveaway to do as well. So I'm not sure the details on that, but Santa Mike, it's back on the mic, and he's gonna give you guys the detail.
Great.
Santa Mike is here. Let's go. All right. Well, Sid was most happy to give us $80 worth of tokens at the strategic price. So we're going to split that up between 4 people at $20 a piece, as well as our $20 random giveaway participant. So there's going to be 5 names pulled on the wheel today. It's been a while since we pulled that much, but we're also going to follow up like we always do with the best question, and also YouTube and Twitter are still going on. And like Cielo said, all you got to do is join over there and say great AMA over at our USA Crypto Group, and we'll award $20 there. That being said, I'm going to shuffle up what we have here and get our winners. This is everybody that joined into today's AMA. Thank you all. It's like Connor Red Rock is our first $20 in token winner. Let's get our next. Oh, that was close. Blue Flamingo. Congratulations. Win yourself $20 in tokens as well at the strategic price. Eden Dawkins. Man, you've been here forever. You've been here since the very beginning. So I'm proud to say, congratulations. You have won $20 in tokens as well. Next one. Maybe we'll get you again, Seattle.
I'll wait for 3 more years, Mike.
That's it. Fan. All right, you are the last winner of the $20 in tokens. Perfect. Now we have a little bit of cash to do as well. Also provided by Sim here. Great man. Thank you so much.
Wow, a lot of giveaway today, huh?
That's it. Peter or Ellie? Peter Manchester. Congratulations. Win yourself $20 cash. That is it for the wheel, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking and speaking with all of you, especially you, Sim. You've had a great presentation today. And we're going to follow up with a YouTube giveaway, as well as we're going to send you a copy of our recording ASAP there, Sim. And
sure.
We'll get this all wrapped up. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and send your wallet addresses perfectly, guys. No typos, please.
We'll do. I'll gather all the addresses for you.
Yeah, I'll send you mine too. Okay, Sim.
Oh man.
I'll make sure I'll indicate it's mine. Okay. All right, Sim. Hey, pleasure talking to you, brother, and we'll chat soon.
Yep. Thank you all. Bye. Take care.
Take care, all. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one. It's been fun. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.